This is Virginia, and I wanted to share with you another one of my recipes. I remember talking about wanting to do something new every week and share with you, and I haven't gotten around to doing that, so I thought I would take this opportunity to do it now. I'm doing a voiceover on this particular recipe because I wanted to get into a little bit more detail on how it's made along with the ingredients and explain to you what's going on. First of all, the name of this recipe is a pumpkin cake with cream cheese frosting, and the nutritional information is it's about 230 calories, and I know that sounds like a lot, but there's only 12 grams of sugar in this and 13 grams of fat, and everyone in my family just loved it. So I like to find things that I can make that everyone's going to enjoy. Now, the first ingredient here that you saw me pouring in was a cup of Splenda, no sugar or no calorie sweetener, it's granulated. And then I poured in half a cup of brown sugar, and I used the Splenda brown sugar blend for that. And then 3/4 cup canola oil, and I'm mixing that in real good. Now I'm pouring in the egg substitute, and I just used our regular store brand. I think I got it from Fry's, which is also Kroger on the East Coast and the South. Now I'm going to add the pumpkin puree. It's 15-ounce can, and I'm going to mix all that together. And I'm going to need a little bit of help, so I'm going to switch from the wooden spoon here to a whisk in just a second. I took this cake to work with me when I made it and shared it with a lot of people at work. We're always having potlucks and that kind of thing, and everyone's bringing all kinds of sugary sweets and fattening stuff, so I thought I would start making some healthier treats to bring to work. And this was one of the things I was looking at one day while I was at work, and a friend of mine said, "Oh, that looks really good," so I thought I would try it. Anyhow, now I'm going to add the 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and then the last ingredients that I put in a little glass cup that you'll see here in a second is 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a tablespoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And that's what's inside that little glass container. And now I'm just going to take the hand mixer and mix all of that up really well. I don't have the strength to do it by hand, so I rely on little hand mixers. And you could smell the cinnamon and the cloves and the pumpkin right now. It smells so good. I wish you can smell it with me. And as soon as I get this mixed up, you'll see that there's 2 square 8x8 pans over on top of my stove, and I lightly sprayed that with some PAM cooking oil spray. And now I'm going to divide the mixture, hopefully evenly, within the 2 pans, or what do you call them, glass pans, glass plates, containers. And this recipe was extremely easy to do. The preparation time says 20 minutes. But if you've got all the ingredients handy, it only took me about 10 minutes to throw all this stuff together just to show you. And normally I wouldn't even pour it into little containers. I would just, measure it, pour it in. Anyhow, I got that all mixed in, and I'm spreading it around a little bit, and it looks like that one's a little lower than the other, but that's okay. And I'm going to put this into my oven right now, and set the timer for somewhere between 25 to 30 minutes. I always do like right in the middle, 20. Okay, there's the finished product. They came out of the stove, just or the oven a little bit ago, and now I'm getting ready to make the frosting because the cakes have cooled off now. And I put in a 1/4 cup of butter and 8 ounces of fat-free cream cheese, and that was softened. And there's a 1/2 cup of the granulated no-calorie Splenda, and you're supposed to put in a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, but I just sifted another 1/2 cup of Splenda real fine and added that in there. And mixing it in really well. I also added a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, and I also added just a drop of maple flavoring. You just mix that until it's creamy, and I'm spreading it now on the bottom layer, and then I'm going to add the top layer here. And I could not find my round cake pans, so I had to settle for these square, and I'm not real happy with that. I only have enough frosting for the top layer and then the middle layer. I could have doubled the frosting and made sure we got the sides, but that's just added looks and added calories that I didn't want to fool with right now for this video. Anyhow, that's the finished product, and I'm going to cut me a piece right here and see how it tastes, and I know it's going to taste just wonderful because I've made it before, and my husband loved it, and a lot of people at work really loved it. And I've never done, when I made it the first time, I didn't make a double layer like this. I did it in a 13 by 9 inch pan and cut it. It was supposed to be 20 servings, but I ended up cutting it into probably like almost 30 servings.